Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Navarra. I'm creating a series of relationship tips for couples. Today's tip: trauma from the world around us, what couples can do. News cycles bring to our attention 24 hours a day the ongoing issues with COVID, severe weather, politics, and the tragedies in the world we hear about, such as the disturbing images and stories of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, to name just a few. Why is this important to couples? Because we have learned from research that unless couples are able to effectively manage stressful events that occur from outside of the relationship, the net negative effect of those stressors can leak into the relationship, leading to relationship distress and triggering old negative patterns. Little annoyances start to seem big, partners may start to withdraw from each other, a stepping stone to less connection and less intimacy. It is important to define what is likely happening here. The term secondhand trauma or secondary traumatic stress refers to emotional distress experienced from the exposure to the first-hand trauma faced by somebody else. This concept equally applies to the trauma individuals often experience when seeing the news. Doctors John and Julie Gottman have developed a powerful technique for couples to develop stress inoculation, a way to manage external stress and protect the relationship from the potentially damaging effect of that stress on the relationship. It's called the stress-reducing conversation. This tool will help protect your relationship from external stress, increase intimacy and trust, and help you navigate together through stressful times. The context for this tip is managing external stress from basically the stress we experience and the trauma we often experience from what's happening in the world. The way it works is this way. It's a speaker-listener format. The speaker's task basically is to describe your perception, your thoughts, your feelings about this thing that is happening in the world. And the listener's job is in many ways more difficult because it is very important to stay away from problem solving and suggestions and offering solutions for your partner. As counterintuitive as this may seem to many people, it tends to not work nearly as well as just listening to your partner and providing this concept of, I'm here just to listen to what you have to say about your feelings, your thoughts, your ideas about this thing. So if I'm not offering solutions or even reassurances necessarily, what am I offering? What I'm offering as listener is communicating to you that you are not alone in managing this stress. That I'm willing to hear your upset. I'm willing to hear your hurt. I'm willing to hear your trauma if you've experienced trauma from this event, without any conditions of, let me tell you what I think you should do. It's an incredibly powerful and intimate moment that can take place in relationships when partners are willing to listen to their partner's pain and feel that they can stay present, and the partner feels they can stay present. So after some either prearranged time, if that's how you want to do this, or just sort of the natural flow of the conversation, switch. So this is not really a dialogue so much, the way this is structured, at least not initially. There's a speaker and there's a listener. So each partner has an opportunity to express their thoughts, their feelings, and their reactions to this event. So then there's a switch. So the listener now becomes the speaker. And the speaker now the partner describes their thoughts, their feelings, their reactions to this event that's happening in the world. And the listener once again sticks with, how is this impacting you? What are your greatest concerns? What do you hope for? Questions that can deepen the speaker's experience of what's actually going on inside about this event. Now, this could evolve, and then couples have their own ways of doing things, of course, but this could evolve, after that's done, into sort of a dialogue, a discussion that isn't so much speaker-listener. It could be just sort of reflecting back and forth and creating thoughts and ideas that are kind of a separate issue, technically, from the structure of the stress-reducing conversation. So if it evolves to that, that's fine. Now, before I close, I just want to say that this is a tool and technique that is designed for all external stress. So it's important to know external stress refers to events that are happening not within the relationship, but external to the relationship. And so when you're talking about external events, it's not a trigger between the two of you, and neither partner is going to feel between the crosshairs. This is external events. If there's a dynamic between the two of you that comes out in this conversation, then it's not fitting the criteria of a stress-reducing conversation. So it's important to put the context of external event impacting me, and I want to talk about it. That's a very important distinction. Thank you.